I realized I never did a official tutorial or explanation of what Archmastery is, and I decided to do it now because I'm on Test Realm and they have a tutorial that Merle Ambrose gives you for Archmastery. So I want to start with that, and then I'll go over kind of some tips and tricks and other things that I've learned from Archmastery and put them in this video for you guys. So this is Test Realm. When this comes to live, you'll be able to do this new tutorial from Merle to learn Archmastery, and then it will lead to other things. I think it leads to the Selenopolis magic weaving and all that too, but I'll have to test that later. So here is the quest from Merle.
Now, how about heading back to our classes? I'm certain we can all use a break from adventure.
Thanks, Merle. Go to class in Ravenwood. He's saying that we have to go back to class, so I don't know when you could get this quest. I think it's a low-level quest. It doesn't really say. But it's probably low-level because you can start Archmastery really early in the game.
You have done well to thwart the thief of my eye. It was a shame he no longer had the eye itself. What became of it? I can't remember. But I do remember, or I imagined. There was more to your quest than one rogue necromancer. A chill wind is blowing, but I can't quite grasp.
Okay, from this dialogue, this is definitely after Arc 1. However, you can get Archmastery in Arc 1 if you do certain steps, get a jewel and all of that, and get the right piece of gear. You can actually get Archmastery early, but this is officially telling you how to do it after you defeat Malistaire.
You must prepare. You must harness magics beyond that of the average student. You must study the practice of Archmastery. So far you have wielded the power of one of the 7 schools, but with diligence, with skill, with mastery, you can harness them all. The Duel Master in Unicorn Way, Diego, he can teach you the finer points. And Wizard, beware the shadow.
Alright, thank you Bartleby for that. So I think Merle will officially give you this quest once you defeat Malistaire in Dragonspire. Makes sense, but it still helps to know about Archmastery before this, because as you guys will see in my balance walkthrough, I'm going to be getting Archmastery way before we finish Dragonspire. Okay, so here's Diego with the actual tutorial.
Ah, young wizard! The faculty lounge practically thrums with tales of your victory. A student has bested a professor. A villainous professor. Haha, impressive. Your defeat of Malistaire proves your unusual talent for your chosen school. Thus has Bartleby requested you be taught Archmastery. With this training, you can channel any mystical energy to generate pips of specific magical alignments. These pips enable you to call on a greater variety of spells. Enter the arena, and I will teach you how it is done.
Alright, I'm skipping the advanced combat tutorial, don't need that. Actually, I should probably do that tutorial someday. Okay, approach the puppet and we shall begin your lesson.
As you know, you generate pips every round of combat. More powerful spells require more pips to cast. The yellow power pips are worth 2 standard white pips for spells of your school.
This is one thing that I don't understand, why they're going over normal pips and power pips at this stage, because this is supposed to be after Dragonspire. Like, people already know what power pips are. This is the one part, because I've already done this tutorial once. I actually tried this first day of test run when it was really glitchy, so I hope it works now. But yeah, they are explaining regular pips.
You can see a spell's pip cost in the upper left corner of the card. With the power of Archmastery, you may now generate pips of a chosen school. Cast this spell with a power pip. Then you will receive your first Archmastery school pip.
It says we only have... Oh, it says we have 1 pip here, but I guess on our character in battle we have enough to cast Stormlord? Or not Stormlord, Stormshark. So they're teaching us how to cast with power pips. Okay.
Haha, look! You have a school pip! This one will work just like a power pip for spells of your school. Try it now!
So they want us to cast the same spell, but this time we do have the school pip. We have a storm pip, so we can cast Storm Shark this time. Same thing.
Well done! But pips of your own school are no better than regular power pips. So let us change things up. Now, on your next turn, you will generate a new type of pip. Let us pass this round and see.
All right, I thought the Clockwork Golem was going to do something for a second.
Pip for a new school, easily identified by its color and school insignia.
Okay, so we got balance.
This new pip will act as a power pip for both its school and your own. You now meet the pip requirements for a whole new card. Play it at once.
What if I just cast Storm Shark again for the third time? That would be boring. Wow, we cast a new spell. As a storm.
Impressive as always, young one. But you should also know how spells choose which pips they consume. The simplest way to think of it is that spells will try to use the fewest pips possible while taking the lowest value ones. Here, let me give you a variety of pips to demonstrate. Now, if you cast a spell of your school, it would use the power pips, then the school pips. This is because they're each worth 2 pips to you. The spell will use the fewest pips possible. Only if the cost is an odd number will your white pips get used. Cast a spell of a different school and power pips become worth 1 pip. So relevant school pips are consumed first, then white pips, then power pips. This is because power pips are inherently more valuable than white pips to you. So the spell uses the lower value pips and leaves your power pips for later. Cast the spell and see for yourself.
I mean, it makes sense. They don't want to waste pips, right? So they're going to prioritize like the easiest route to casting the spell. So we have 6 pip spells or 5 pip spells. We can cast any of these. I kind of want to do a 6 pip. Let's do Elephant. So that used up like a lot of my pips. Because we're casting a fire school spell as a storm and we only had 1 fire pip.
Expertly done. Ha-ha. Now, let us review. With Archmastery, you can generate pips of any magic school. These are worth 2 pips when casting spells of that school or your own, and thus give you greater flexibility in building your spell deck. The frequency with which you generate school pips is determined by your Archmastery stat, which can be increased with gear and jewels.
Okay, so they did mention that.
Archmastery is relative between you and your opponents. Whoever has the highest Archmastery rating will generate school pips first. You can also change your Archmastery setting from your spellbook. Try it now!
Okay, so this is actually important, so let me...
Now let us see what else we can do with school pips.
Well, never mind, I got pulled into another battle.
Some spells require pips of specific schools to cast, as indicated on its card, in addition to the normal pip cost.
Alright, I'll show you guys how to do all that from your deck after, I guess we're doing another tutorial. Oh yeah, he's gonna show us how to use lore spells, I guess.
During combat, you can change your school pips by clicking this button. You can choose any of the 7 schools. You currently do not have any school peeps to cast this spell. So, switch your Archmastery to the correct school now.
Okay, so this is how you switch in combat. You can switch to any school, and then you will get that pip on the next turn. At max level, it's 100%, so you will get a myth pip next turn. We'll see what happens if they give us one. They probably will.
Then pass this turn, so you can generate the correct pip. Ah, but you still did not generate a school peep this turn. This is because the enemy has a higher Archmastery rating than you.
There's no way this Clockwork Golem rank 1 is higher than me.
Thus, they receive the school peep. This bubble shows your progress toward your next school peep. Once full, it may convert a power peep, either one you have or the one you would gain, to a school peep. If the bubble fills 3 times, it can convert a white peep instead.
How long does a battle have to be for it to fill 3 times?
Let us speed things along for now. I shall simply give you an appropriate school peep so you can cast that spell, huh?
Okay, so we do have one. We have 2 regular pips and the myth pips we can cast. Ninja Pigs.
One last lesson for you. Some spells are so interwoven with the threads of magic, they require multiple specific school peeps. See if you can use Archmastery to cast this spell and win the battle.
Alright, nice. Okay. We generated the wrong pip, so I actually needed to switch. So we're going to switch to ice to get this ice pip. Let's see if we get it 100% of the time. Okay, we did, and then we also need, what is it, storm? So we switch to storm pip, pass again. And we should get that. Now we can cast Hydra, which I guess is like a fire spell. I think this might be a special spell just for this. That requires 2 Archmastery pips.
Brilliant work, young one. Ha. Come, let us speak outside.
How do we even get out of here? Okay, it teleports me. I was about to say. And there's an Archmastery tome right here, which probably recaps everything that we went over.
Archmastery is a lot to take in, I know. But the versatility it offers you should prove invaluable. Allow me to give a jewel to improve your Archmastery rating. Socket it to give yourself an edge against your foes. And you may need it soon.
That's nice that he does that.
Please, go see him at once.
That was... Wait, did I... We'll get to this after. I don't even know what that is. But I want to go ahead and finish the Archmastery discussion here. So he gives you a +1 cracked Archmastery opal. I'm going to go into the shopping district and show you guys where you can buy these. And I think you can start equipping these level 15 if you go into this shop here and buy them from the vendor in here. You can get the same thing. And they only cost, well, they actually not only, they cost 10k, which I guess is a lot for someone if you're just starting out. But you can get it for tier socket and then also square socket. So you can get those, get the +1. Once you have +1, you can start generating Archmastery pips at a low level. You just need to find a piece of gear that can socket square or tier. So you can do that. But what I want to go ahead and kind of recap here is Archmastery pips at the highest level. If you look at that PvE power orb efficiency, 100%, it will give you a Archmastery pip every single turn. It's 100%. It starts off at 0 because you have no Archmastery in the beginning of this game. And then, I don't know if you naturally get Archmastery after a point, but if you socket that jewel, then you will get 1, so you have a chance to get it. And otherwise, you just will never get Archmastery. until way later in the game. At max level, I have 191 Archmastery rating, and this is enough to get 100% Archmastery pips. I'm not sure what level or Archmastery stat amount you need to get to 100% power orb efficiency in PvE, but I feel like ever since I came back to the game with Archmastery, I've had 100%. I could go into my other characters and take a look at and see what the efficiency is, but basically you go over here, you can see the efficiency, you can see how much percent chance you have at getting one per turn, and then also you can change your deck to switch to one of the schools for Archmastery, and your deck will start with that when you go into a battle. I have it set to Death, and Death is really common for Storm to set it to because of this spell right here, Bunyip's Rage. If I wanted to cast a spell like Revolutionary Strike, then I would need to switch to the Storm Pip. I could either do that here or I could do it in battle. I just wouldn't get it first turn. I could switch it on the first turn, and then second turn I would get that Storm Pip, and then I could cast this. So you have to be wary of the spells that you have in your deck and what Archmastery pips they require, and then you have to either switch your deck beforehand if you know you're going to be casting spells like this, or you can do it in battle. So it is nice that they let you switch. So one last thing that I think is really important about Archmastery before we go and talk to Halston here is the Archmastery pips give you power pips for that school. So this is really important. What you can do is, say you want to cast Shatter, you can switch to Myth pips, and the next Archmastery Myth pip that you get will count as the 2 pips required for Shatter. So your Shatter, when you cast this, will just use that Archmastery pip, and that's it. So this is something that's really important, and this pretty much is like switching to, at least at max level, it's like switching to mastery of that school, because every pip that you generate is going to be a power pip of that school. So this is also an important thing, and this is really important for dual schooling. That's why when they came out with the fusion and the magic weaving and all that, they're like, oh, we don't really need to give you mastery for the other school because we expect you to switch your deck to the other school that you're dual schooling and just gain pips that way. Because at max level, this is pretty much a mastery. Like currently, when I set it to this and I keep it set to Myth, I have Myth Mastery because every pip that I generate is going to be a Myth pip, and that pip is a power pip for Myth. So I want to go into battle and show you guys what I'm talking about with these different Archmastery pips, and then what I want to try to do is cast Orthrus as a Storm to show you guys how many pips it actually takes if I'm going for Myth pips. So let's go ahead and enchant all of these. We have Bunyip's Rage, which requires a Death pip. We don't have that, so we can't cast it, even though we have 3 pips. And then Revolutionary Strike requires 1 pip and a Storm pip, but we can't cast it because we don't have the Storm pip. So we're going to keep generating Myth pips here until we get enough for Orthrus. I'll go ahead and pull that from my TCs to show you guys. And we can see if we can cast Orthrus next turn. So I think it'll be 1 pip short. Let's take a look. So we have 2 Myth pips, but we still can't cast Orthrus because it's counting 4 pips here, 5, and 6. So we need to wait 1 more for Orthrus. Let's go ahead and do that. Next turn, we should be able to cast this. So there we go. We have enough for Orthrus now. We still don't have enough for these because you have to generate the right pip in order to cast both of these Archmastery required spells. But we can cast Orthrus even though we don't have 7 pips. We have enough pips because these Myth pips are counting as 2 for Myth spells. So we can cast it. Okay, so I did look at the Halston quest, and I'm not sure if it relates to Archmaster anymore, but I might just do it on my own time just to see what the quest is actually for. But that is going to be it for this video on Archmastery. I hope that it was helpful for you guys. We went over a lot. We did the official tutorial from Wizard101, and then I also kind of gave you guys some tips and tricks and stuff that I've learned from Archmastery. It's definitely a powerful system in this game, and the fact that it can give you mastery for a certain school without even needing a mastery amulet is pretty big. So if you guys enjoyed this, if it was helpful, please leave a like on it. Subscribe for more Wizard videos in the future. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all next time.